The kids play basketball? I still do, even though things have changed. It's funny, they can't find jobs to get their careers started. And I can't afford to retire. And now we're all living together again. I supported President Obama because he spoke so beautifully. He promised change, but things changed for the worse. Obama started spending like our credit cards have no limit. His healthcare law made health insurance even more expensive. We've had stimulus and bailouts. Obama added almost $16,000 in debt for every American. How will my kids pay that off when they can't even find jobs? Now Obama wants more spending and taxes. That won't fix things. I had so many hopes. Cutting taxes and debt and creating jobs. That's the change we need. Tell President Obama to cut the job-killing debt and support the New Majority Agenda at newmajorityagenda.org.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Feeling lonely this holiday season?
Looking for little human interaction?
Do you want to feel contact in certain special places?
Then why not go through security at an airport?
The TSA.
TSA agents are ready and standing by to give you a little something extra to feel thankful about this holiday season.
The TSA.
What are you waiting for? I want to check under your testicles.
Spending time with a TSA agent couldn't be easier. Simply book a flight departing from any American airport. When selected for a full body scanner, say no. You'll be pulled aside by a TSA agent, and that's when the fun begins. And you never know who your agent will be.
It could be me. Or me.
Or even me.
But it's probably gonna be us. Take off your damn shoe.
The TSA. It's our business to touch yours.
Welcome to the Bureau of Womanhood Conformity. Independent thoughts are considered subversive because all must agree with our leader.
When it comes to women, preventative care should include coverage of contraceptive services such as birth control.
You see, if you don't believe government should pay for your birth control, you're not a real woman. Womanhood denied. If you refuse to accept that pregnancy is a punishment, you're denied as well.
I don't want them punished with a baby.
If you don't believe that abortions should be allowed for any reason, if you don't believe in aborting a child for being the wrong gender, and if you don't believe that stay-at-home mothers aren't real workers, you are not a real conformed woman.
His wife has actually never worked a day in her life. His wife has actually never worked a day in her life.
Finally, for your safety, if you oppose mandatory government health care, you will die.
They will be voting to say that women can die on the floor.
These standards and regulations were formed after our glorious victory in the war on women. Thank you for your cooperation and your conformity.
Today is a special day. Today we gather as a nation and as an international community to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. She's been recognized by religious figures and politicians around the world. To us, she's just Rachel. But to the rest of the world, she is the woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
Save a life. Don't drive buzzed. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I was in chronic pain, and my family struggling to make ends meet, food and gas prices going up, even keeping my job was iffy. Then I learned about a new miracle drug made in Washington, D.C., Spenditol. Spenditol is Washington's answer to all the painful problems Americans face. How to borrow $800 billion for a stimulus that didn't create jobs or fix the economy? Spenditol.
Spenditol is not for everyone. Side effects may include a mountain of government debt piled on our kids, a sudden loss of freedoms, higher prices for everything, leaving our kids a lesser America than we had. Ask your doctor or congressman if your conscience is strong enough for Spenditol.
And it's so popular in Washington, we have to import trillions more of it from China. Spenditol makes you feel better now and pushes off the really bad stuff till later, for them to deal with.
Call the White House and Congress. Tell them, stop spending it all.
You're listening to The Rod Eccles Show.
Senator Ted Cruz says Barack Obama is acting like an imperial president and must think he can do nothing wrong given his adversarial push to have Congress accept Chuck Hagel as his new defense secretary and extend the nation's debt limit without a fight. Now, understand this, wanting this guy to go into a third, possibly fourth term, because Obama, and even longer, because Obama's young. He's 50, 51? He's a young man. So when he gets out of office, he serves out this term. He's what, 54, 55 years old? And we've had presidents that, started when they were 60. Well, Clinton was pretty young when he got out of office, too. So now, he gets 55. So then we add another term. Oh, he can go another term. He's still not even 60. He could be at the end of his third term, not even be 60. That gives him another 2 terms before he even hits 70. You see how dangerous, and this guy could actually do. Now understand the reason why I'm saying this is because, and other people are noticing this in Congress, he's acting like an imperial president. This is how Rome got Caesars. Now, Caesars were like the president, but they weren't meant to be emperors. They weren't meant to be, there for life. But this is how that came about. Because the Senate, the people that were supposed to be representing the people, sort of just let it happen. So there's a pattern here, which is, says Senator Cruz, I think the president has drunk the Kool-Aid. The Texas Republican said Tuesday evening on Fox News' Sean Hannity show, he was reelected, and at this point he thinks he can do nothing wrong. He went through the fiscal cliff. He got exactly what he wanted in the fiscal cliff, almost 100. He got 95% of what he wanted. No, he didn't get the taxes raised on $250,000, but $450,000, that's not that far off. And, this guy was, even as arrogant as he is, he probably was thinking, I'm going to ask for $250,000, I'll get $500,600,000. Boehner dropped his pants, as it were, all the way down to $450,000. Hey, all he's done is embolden the president, really. And look, I don't think no, I don't. I know. I'm open. I'm an open book. I am transparent. I do not like Barack Obama as president. The way he acts, I do not like him personally either. And I am sure, and I'm usually not like this, but I am sure that if we sat down and had a beer and actually got to know each other, I wouldn't like him on a personable note either. I don't like two-faced, arrogant, think that they're smarter than me people. I don't like people who are condescending. I don't like people who talk down to me. Oh, and there's one thing. Look, I don't care if you are smarter. There are a lot of people out there smarter than I am. That's fine. There's always somebody smarter than you. That's great. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. And I hope there are people out there, because I learn from people who are smarter than me. I learn from people who are dumber than me, too, by not doing what they do. But I learn from people who are smarter than me. And frankly, I think this guy has just got more chutzpah. If I followed his path, I have no doubt that I could be president of these United States. I don't think that man is smarter than me. I do not think Obama is smarter than most other Americans. I don't think so at all. I know I've got a better business sense and a better business head because he's never ran a business in his life. I know I've got better public policy than he does because he's trying to screw this country, and I only would try to help it by getting government off the people's back. This guy wants to put a bigger government on people's backs. So I don't think I would like him even on a close, friendly, personal note. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't like somebody, fine. They don't like me, I don't care. I don't like him, I'm sure he doesn't care. At least for now, if I ever end up in a gulag or one of those FEMA camps that everybody seems to be talking about nowadays, you'll know that he does care. But until then, I don't give a rip. Right, aren't you out there to have people like him? No, I never have been. Now, let me tell you, I never tried to get people to like me. And guess what? I was elected class president in high school. Popularity contest, if there ever was one. I don't have to try to make people like me. I'm an honest, caring person that people naturally like. And if they don't like me, well, I'm also the type of person that doesn't give a rip. Never have. Hell, you can ask my best friend from high school or anybody else that really knows me nowadays. Rod doesn't care if you like him or not. He'll be the first to tell you. What you see, what you hear is what you get. And I would not spend $7 million of the taxpayers' money flying back and forth for Christmas vacation in Hawaii, especially when the country is on the brink of a self-imposed, Congress-imposed fiscal cliff. I mean, how arrogant and shallow can you be? Yeah, that's an imperialist right there. Yeah, he's acting like an imperialist president. A moderate Republican group to remove the Republican name and welcome Democrats. Look, I've told you people this. I have told you that moderate Republicans are not Republicans. In fact, some of them are ashamed to be called Republicans. And now here is proof. The Republican Mainstream Partnership, a Washington-based group that has promoted moderate GOP lawmakers and policies, will remove the word Republican from its title and welcome so-called center-right Democrats in 2013. The organization's board of directors voted yesterday morning to scrap party identification from its title and be known simply as the Main Street Partnership, so they can be free to adopt more liberal agenda.